Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Thursday, and it is March 6th, and this is my morning video where we like to take a look at all of the US dollar pairs, including gold, and also take a look at a couple of the JPY pairs. If you haven't done so already, definitely do join my free Discord channel, link down here in the corner and in the description of the video. Also, don't forget to check out my website, fxpipcollector.com, if you want to get access to all these benefits listed below and more. So, anyways, first thing first is I always like to check out the news calendar. We have a decent amount of news today. First of all, we got the Euro summit is today. That could definitely affect the Euro. We also have Euro interest rate coming out today. The Euro has been very, very, very strong, so that'll be interesting. We got unemployment rate for the dollar. We got the press conference for the Euro, and we got the PMI for the Canadian. So we do have a pretty decent amount of news coming out today. Maybe the euro will finally make a little bit of a pullback, or at least start a pullback at the euro interest rate news. But anyways, very strong down on the U.S. dollar. Definitely the end of a wave B, in my opinion. Definitely over the coming weeks and months, I think it's going to end up continuing the downtrend and probably go down to about the 100% Fibonacci extension of wave A, projected at the top of wave B. I now have my Fibonacci retracement on there to look for areas of support. I mean, these fib levels are definitely going to be areas of support, I would imagine. And that's good news because whenever we get a bounce, we should be excited to be looking for sorts at the end of the pullback. So if we're expecting a pull down for the next, maybe a couple months, then we would also be expecting a big push to the down upside on the dollar pairs if we're expecting a push to the downside on the dollar index. So starting off with the euro dollar, very, very strong to the upside. We are sitting at the 61% fib. This is obviously a pretty good area of support in the past, so maybe it will be an area of resistance in the future. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I personally wouldn't be trying to sort it right now. I mean, I never would look at a picture like this and think, oh man, that looks like a good sort. I mean, maybe it will go down, maybe it will start a pretty decent pullback. But for me personally, I am definitely going to primarily focus on nothing but longs, probably over the next several weeks and probably several months. So going down to the 1 hour time frame. So we have a little double top right here at the 61%. If it goes down, if it breaks structure, then I guess if you are a short time frame trader, you could be trying to go short on like a pullback after the break of structure. But keep in mind that anything you see to the downside is very likely just going to be a crescent to the higher time frame uptrend. This higher time frame trend is likely to last for several months. Doesn't mean that there's not going to be pullbacks along the way. There definitely will be pullbacks along the way. It just means that overall, I think the daily time frame will continue to make higher highs, higher lows. So I definitely am suggesting looking for longs still. Moving on to the pound dollar, same kind of the same story. I would never look at this picture and say, man, that looks like a good sort. I would look at this picture and say, yeah, I better be looking for pullback entries to go long. Now we are sitting at the 61% fib. This has definitely been a pretty important area in the past, as you can see. So maybe it will be like a nice resistance area right now. Maybe we will get a nice little pullback starting, which if it does pull back, that's great news for me because I'm not looking for sorts, but I am going to be looking to go long at the end of every pullback I see, most likely for the next several months at least. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, our most recent structure is right here. If it breaks down and breaks that structure, then I guess if you are a short time frame trader, you could be looking for sorts. I personally don't really recommend looking for sorts too heavily because I mean this doesn't have to even make a big pullback. It could just make a little teeny pullback and continue the uptrend. If it does make a nice significant pullback, which hopefully it does, then that's great news for us because that should give us another chance to go long at the end of a three-way pullback for the hopefully the continuation of the uptrend. Moving on to the Aussie dollar, I mean, all the dollar pairs are kind of the same story for me. I'm only looking for longs right now for SOA. This is a very impulsive move down on the Aussie, but I think it still could be a wave one, wave two, and I still think there's a good chance this is going to be in a wave three and that it's going to follow along with the other dollar pairs. So I'm definitely looking for longs on the Aussie dollar also. Last structure level on the Aussie dollar is right here. If it breaks and holds below that structure with momentum, then you definitely could try to go short on a pullback if you are trading the very short time phase, which I'm definitely not. But for me personally, I personally would be focused on trying to get long at the end of any three-way pullbacks I may see, especially on, like the 1 hour time frame, looking for three-way pullbacks. Be very, very, very careful with your shorts, that's for sure. Moving on to the Kiwi dollar, exactly the same analysis, exactly the same trade plan, so I don't really cover it. US dollar CAD. I'm hoping that the US dollar CAD is made a wave A, and I'm pretty sure that this move down is going to be like a crescent to the move up, like a wave B. And I would probably expect it to go up for a wave C, probably to a Fibonacci retracement on this last push down. Hopefully, this is a wave one, and this is a wave two, and then eventually back down for a wave three. I also believe that this thing has got lots and lots and lots of downside potential, so we got to keep an eye out for that. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, it does look like we are about to break structure, which is good because it will probably make a three-way pullback, which would likely be a crescent to this last wave down, probably like a wave A, probably like a wave B, and then eventually probably down again for a wave C. I would personally would be keeping a very close eye on these fib levels. If it makes three waves down to a fib level and then turns back up, that would be the trade that I personally would be looking for the continuation of the uptrend. I think there's a very good likelihood this is an A, this is a B, and then eventually it will go back up for a C. So keep an eye out for that. Moving on to the US dollar Swiss. US dollar Swiss, our last structure level is way up here. So if it does start to move to the upside, I would definitely look at it. It's nothing more than a crescent to the last wave down. And I would definitely be looking for any lower highs, nice little pullback entries on shorter time frames to go short. Because I also think that this has a lots and lots and lots of downside potential based on the dollar index. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, we did make a little bit of a push down this morning, but I'm thinking there's a very good chance that it is going to go up again. It probably will end up making a crutch into this whole move down from here to here. So I'm definitely still looking for the sorts personally. I definitely am not really recommending going long for a wave C because it really doesn't even have to go up. It could just keep on going down. But if it does make a nice three-way pop and pull back, maybe like a 50, 61% pullback to this move down, then that would be exactly what I would be looking for more sorting opportunities. So moving on to gold. Gold is kind of a tricky one in a little bit way because I could almost picture this being a expanding flat and this actually just continuing the uptrend to the $3,000 an ounce area. And that might even be the more likely scenario. But with this impulsive down and the fact that this definitely looks like a complete five wave up, I still think there's a good chance this is an A, this is a B, and that eventually it'll go down for a C, and this is like an ABC of four to complete this wave one, wave two, wave three, wave four, and then eventually back up for the wave five. So that definitely does seem like the most likely scenario to me. This move up, I was a little impulsive. I'm wondering if the next move down is actually just going to be a wave B. Last night I was talking about how this could just be a wave A right here. This could just be three waves down for the B already, and that this could be the C. And if we did get a Fibonacci bounce and we did get a break of structure, it probably would be a short. But we have to be a little bit careful because on the daily time frame, it just looks like one impulsive move up. So this move down might be the wave B, and it might go up again for the wave C, or it might be just continuing the uptrend like I showed on the higher time frames. So unless this thing breaks this structure with a lot of momentum, I personally would still be recommending to look for longs. If it breaks this structure with a lot of momentum, then maybe that really is the end of a cruncher, and maybe it really is going back down. But otherwise, I would look at this move as likely being a wave B, which would probably be a crescent to the move up for like the wave A. And moving on to the yen pairs, the euro yen. I personally think that all the yen pairs are in a big old giant downtrend, so I definitely am looking for shorts. Our last structure level is right here, so unless it goes up and breaks that, I am doing nothing whatsoever but looking for shorts in a downtrend. So I personally am definitely looking for shorts on this. I definitely wouldn't be trying to go short now, but there was a beautiful pullback that just recently ended last night in the Asian session. One, two, three waves up. That is a perfect three-way pullback. That's the type of thing I would be looking for. I wouldn't really be trying to go short now. I have no idea whether it's going to pull back now or whether it's going to keep on going. I just know one thing is when it does pull back, I will be more than ready to go short again for the continuation of the downtrend. The trend is your friend, and like I said, I think all the yen pairs are going down in a wave C right now, so I definitely am looking for shorts in a downtrend. A lot of the yen pairs did make a very dramatic move to the upside. Most of the euro yen is because the euro and the pound yen is because of the pound. But to me, this definitely looks like a possible three-way pullback. If it breaks and holds this structure, but with momentum, then I would definitely start looking for longs. But otherwise, I am definitely shorts all the way because I still think the weekly time frame may go down for a big old wave C. So I still think there's a chance, probably a very good chance, that this will just keep on going down. So like I always say, the trend is your friend. It looks like we're already pushing down. We're already getting a little bit of a break of structure. I personally would be looking for pullback entries. There's a good chance that this will continue the downtrend, making lower lows and lower highs. So definitely keep an eye out for that. And moving on to the pound yen. The pound yen to me seems extremely clear that it's probably going to end the correction. We got impulsive up, we got down with a higher low, we got impulsive up. Most wave C's do take out the higher of wave A, which this one definitely didn't. But they don't have to. They can definitely make running ABC corrections, which really is like a contracting triangle. And it definitely looks like it's respecting the 78% Fibonacci retracement. That is a pretty good chance this will just keep on going down. Just like the other yen pairs, I do think we're in a big old giant wave C on the weekly time frame, so we probably have a lots and lots of downside potential left. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, if we break this structure right here, then that's gonna pretty much confirm to me that we are going down, and I definitely at that point would be looking for shorts pretty heavily on pullbacks. I've been looking for shorts anyways. Every single chance I get, I've been trying to go short on all the yen pairs because I do still believe that there's a very good likelihood that all the yen pairs are in a big downtrend on the weekly time frame. So, anyways, don't forget to join my free Discord channel, which is linked down here in the corner. And as always, thank you for watching and happy trading.